My friend died recently. I've been helping him through the death process, physically helping him and spiritually helping him. I didn't really know that's what was happening at the time. We were just talking about happiness. And it was a beautiful process to watch, actually. Sad and painful at points. And in his story, life had to take everything away for him to find himself. By the end, all he could move was his mouth. He had a brain tumour, so he lost all movement in his body. Slowly, life took one thing after another away. In the beginning, he battled. He tried to fight each thing that he lost. And then as we talked more and more, that this is life and all the things that we held on to is our suffering, he felt relief. And as more and more things got taken away, he felt more and more relief. Because he was no longer allowed to identify with any of it, with his body, with his physicality. And people would go in and squirm as they saw him decrease more and more and more. And this just couldn't happen here. I didn't see him losing his body as a bad thing, as something that shouldn't be happening, because I don't see my body as who I am, my body as happiness. Therefore, I could not project onto him that his unhappiness was the loss of his body. And I was right. I'd said it to him again and again and again, and at the end, he said to me, my happiness is not my body. Who I am is not my body. I don't need to be able to move, to look. He lost his sight, to be happy. I can be happy with nothing. And he really had nothing left. He could talk up to the last 12 hours very quietly. And it was amazing to watch. He found his happiness himself in what most people would describe as hell. He found heaven. It was beautiful. In fact, it touches my heart just talking about it. And most people didn't know this, although a lot of people were taken aback by the way in which he dealt with it. He never complained, he never showed fear to people. People were very taken aback and surprised by this. But I know he died in peace. Though the body didn't die in peace, he died in peace. It wasn't even he died in peace. He was peace. He was heaven. Even though the body looked like hell, he was heaven. And when I said I helped him through the dying process spiritually, at the time I never saw myself as doing that. I never had any clue that this, or I never, not even I had a clue, I just didn't even really think about it, that this body-mind mechanism was being an instrument to guide him home. But that's all it was an instrument. I had no perception, really, that that was happening. I knew I was talking to him a lot about it. I knew I was spending a lot of time with him. But it was never to do with me. It was just what life had written. Life had written it to appear this way in the story. And really, there's never ever a helper and a helped, a teacher and a student. And in death, this is always seen, in physical death. It has to be. As you lose more and more, all that's left is the watching, nothing, or the watching, or the silent witness, whatever. Light, love, that's all that's left when everything is taken away. And it's that simple. It's always there. It's just the attention that comes on the drama. It's like it's like if you always have this as your view, your hand as your view, this is your view. You'd think that you are the hand, that you're just this. But then when that's taken away, you see that you're just the watching. You see all this other stuff. You see that you weren't ever the stuff, you were just the watching. As it all gets peeled away, peeled. And all these things that you think are scary, the loss of movement of the body, all these things you project onto, the loss of all your money, becoming homeless, they're lies, they're tricks. Or if we take it down to, there's a fly coming, is that a mosquito? What was I saying? And let's take it down to everyday living, because just the irritation of other people or something, getting irritated with other people. It's all a lie. That person is never ever disrupting your happiness.